Transformers 7, a completely 180 opposite of the last one, Past Lives. Tell me about Transformers Rise of Beasts.
So if I'm being completely honest, I don't know that I'm really excited about this one, but I mean, it had to go on my list anyway because it's Transformers, and like I am a big fan of like giant creature movies, and in this one they are transformer robot creatures because it's the beasts that are coming into this. I forget what they call them, animal something or other, transformers, whatever, but you know, it's like a giant gorilla transformer and like giant monster transformers. So like I don't know. There should be some really insane, over-the-top action in this, and I like both sides of the spectrum when it comes to movies. I like my my Past Lives, and I like my Transformers.
And I believe these are based off of the Beast Wars cartoons from the
Beast
90s.
Wars.
Yeah, I grew up with the OG original Transformers, like the 1984, 85, 86 era.
Yeah.
And that was very, like, I was like the target demographic because I was 9 years old in 1984. So 9, 10, 11 was when Transformers, the original cartoon, was out. So that was sort of my childhood. By the time Beast Wars comes along in the 90s, I wasn't watching Transformers as much anymore. But when this trailer came out, I have to admit that I was a little, like, I didn't quite know what to expect. But they got Peter Cullen back. Peter Cullen doing the voice of Optimus Prime. And when they said that the big gorilla transformer is named Optimus Primal, I just about died laughing at that name because it's both clever and yet like eye-rolling at the same time, which is perfect for a Michael Bay produced type film. And let's admit it, this is Transformers 7. It is the sequel to Bumblebee, which is weird that it's going back to the Transformers name when it's a Bumblebee sequel-ish. It's set in the 90s. But there's something about it. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is very confusing where this fits in any kind of timeline. Not that I remember every, beat of the past 6 Transformers movies, but like, it's hard to tell. Is this a sequel? Is it a reboot? Is it like combining elements? Because in a way, Bumblebee was like its own spin-off that didn't really continue the other Transformers movies. So it's like, are we combining both storylines and moving forward? Like, how involved is Michael Bay at this point? Like, there's a lot of questions here, but yeah, I don't know. Also, apparently Pete Davidson and Michelle Yeoh voice 2 of the Transformers. So, I mean, geez, what's going on there? Like, that it's just a lot of random stuff being thrown together here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually surprisingly liked, and Transformers comes in at number 10 on my list. So also kind of near the bottom, but anytime you can get a big summer blockbuster action movie going, and I'm a huge fan of Michelle Yeoh. Pete Davidson, it's hit or miss, but he is so funny naturally. So I don't know that I've seen him do any voiceover work like this on this kind of a scale before, but I loved him on SNL. So that'll be interesting to see. And yeah, this is happening back in time. So you're right. I at this point, the timeline for the Transformers movies, and considering the first one was set current day in 2006 when it came out, or 2006 or 7. And the whole Allspark thing, and like that whole whatever that origin story was, clearly they threw that out the window with the one with Bumblebee, which was really well done, and I had a blast watching that. Especially with they kind of went away from the Iron Man style Endgame animation, where it was just sort of loops from one thing to another. I love the Transformers animation thing, where you actually see the parts of the robots transforming. It's in the name of the cartoon, for gosh sakes. Yeah. You get to see the actual transformation. So by the time we get to whatever Transformers 5, and they were just sort of like morphing from one thing. It's not Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not the Mighty Morphin Transformers. It's that whole thing. We want to see Optimus Prime's arms pop out and the things. I love the transforming and the sound effects, and anytime you can get Peter Cullen's voice saying "roll out," it's sort of like Vin Diesel mumbling "Family."
Yep, absolutely.
It's that same thing. Yes, it's playing shtick to the. It's playing to the audience, But that's kind of what we go to a Transformers movie for. It's
exactly.
It's a modified creature feature with robots instead of Godzilla, but it should be fun. So I'm also looking forward to Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, the 7th Transformers movie.